the stream so we can get going.
All right, you do your thing. She started off, and I'll fit myself in there somewhere.
Twitch has accepted the stream. YouTube has accepted the stream.
Come on, Facebook. You're the last one. You're always the last one.
And Facebook has accepted the stream. Okay, ready to go on the air?
Yeah.
Okay, when you see this on the air on the timer, you're on the air, okay, Mick?
Yep. You act like I haven't done this before. Okay, so. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mick's World with my special guest, the wrestling legend Shadow Cat. There, I gave you a good one, that one.
What's going on? Good job there, Mick. I appreciate that.
Wrestling legend.
Except for you've known me almost 15 years and still get it wrong. You know, it's the high flying icon.
Yeah.
I'm not a legend.
I tried. Give me a break. I'm old.
Well, it's good. It's good to be back on your show. I know we talk about it all the time, and how we got to make time to get me on, and it just doesn't ever work.
Okay, so let's do this. Where have you been, and where are you going?
Well, recently, I've been all over the place. 2 weeks ago, I was in Indiana, and last week I was in Massachusetts, working for the Midget Wrestling Warriors. And it's a part of their This Is War tour. So it's all over the country all year long. You know, them guys are putting me through the ringer, man. They're making me work hard.
Hey,
so you caught me on an off day where I'm not on an airplane or in a car.
Hey, I got lucky. So no, usually I do. I usually get lucky once in a while.
Yeah, for sure. Well, so last week in Massachusetts, I wrestled their world champion, Rob the Giant, right? And, you know, we thought we were going to walk away with the win. My foot was on the rope. The ref never seen it. The ref counted the 3, and he walked away with his title. So by the skin of his teeth, he walked out with his title.
So what you're telling me is you wrestle a guy about the same height as you.
Yes. I believe Rob is pretty close to my height. So again, it was a super good match. We did that at Platinum City Gaming. It's like a big giant arcade. It was pretty cool. You know, but we had a packed house in there. They were loud and rowdy, and you know, it seems that you know, we've hit a couple towns already, and you know, they're following us. They know what's going on. They know the characters and the wrestlers that are performing, and they definitely get behind them. So their crowds are definitely good thing to see if you've never seen one before. But then in Indiana the previous week, again, I wrestled their former heavyweight champion Demas again. So that'll be my second time that I've met with him. That was at near the Hollywood. That was the Lawrenceburg Event Center right outside the Hollywood Casino. In Indiana there, and I wrestled Demas, and I thought that first match was rough that we had together, and when we ended in a stalemate, but I got him, you know, got him down for the 3. It was a hard match, and I was achy the whole drive back home. I was sore. But again, so, you know, I'm right there. I'm letting them know that, hey, this is what I have to offer, and you know, I'm not willing to settle for anything less than the top of the card.
So what do you got coming up? Because I know we were talking about a Buffalo show. Is there other shows that are coming up?
Yeah, coincidentally, not this week, but next week. There's actually 3 shows that I'm a part of this week coming up. Thursday is at 500 Pearl in Buffalo, right downtown. That's for the Midget Wrestling Warriors. That's part of their This Is War tour. I get my pretty sure I get my rematch. We'll see how that goes. You know, and then I get to be the hometown boy. So, you know, last week we did Robbie's hometown. This week we're doing Buffalo. So that's cool. And then just 2 days later, we're doing another event, Syracuse. Syracuse is another that's on Onondaga Nation arena, and that's a super cool place. It was packed last time we were there. And that's awesome because you get the nice big stage and the light truss and all that cool stuff. just like it was in Lawrenceburg. I mean, I think bar none, their production is stand out. They definitely throw the stick in there when they say they're bringing everything, because their setup is very nice. So we got that. So we got Buffalo on Thursday, 500 Pearl. I know there's only a couple of seats left. So make sure you get your tickets, midgetwarriors.com, for that one. And also, how could I forget, right? Sunday. So Thursday, Saturday, we got 2 shows. Now the Sunday, March 24th, NCW's Road to Redemption. It's our first show back in over 6 months. You think they're going to respond to us the same, Mick?
I've already spoken with a few, and I've been told the clan's coming. So yeah,
the whole clan's coming. All right, well that's good. That's good. So that tells me, I mean, with where we're at, we're very close to a sellout show. Our first show back already, and again, that's going to be at the Third Water Social Club in North Tonawanda. 15-minute drive from anywhere around. It's a great facility, great owners, and we're looking forward to putting on one hell of a show for them. A lot of that, I guess there's a bunch of North Tonawanda members there that are super excited for a good show, and you know how we do there, Mick.
we blow places up.
Yeah, figuratively, of course.
But seriously, think about the shows we've been doing. We did before. A couple incidents. We had mostly sellouts.
Absolutely, and I was looking at that the other day. Mick, and I always get in my feels, and I'm like, wow, man, 6 months. Are they going to remember us? Did we put in enough work before that they're going to be, running to the door? And I think that, like I said, just based on where we're at here and where these numbers are going, it's looking good. It's looking like it's all positive reaction. We've got a lot of new talent coming up. Who you've seen on the shows last time might not be the same people that are with the shows this time. Again, a lot of that is who stuck around and who put the work in when we weren't doing shows.
Yeah.
And then them are the people that we're going to showcase. And I know a lot of my students have been working hard. And again, we have some of Chris Caden's students coming up from Rochester and UPW. I think it's a nice solid blend, along with a couple other talent coming in, and I think we're going to give a good first show back. That's most important.
I'll tell you. I'll be honest with you. The match. Hang on a second. I got to fix something.
Sure thing.
Somebody's yelling at me because I didn't send them a link. I thought they had a good to go, but I'll fix that real fast. It's the boss lady, so you know I'm in trouble then.
Yeah, that happens.
I thought she had a thing on Think Toys. That's, I'm gonna deal with that. I'll deal with shares later. Other people can. But I do have a thought that's coming through my mind. The match I want to see is Sam Slade slapped the shit out of Pinky.
I don't know what them boys got themselves into this time. I don't think they know what they got themselves into. They'd asked for it, and I've done what I can to make sure that they know what they need to know. And I think if nothing else, nothing short of entertaining, that'll be. But yeah, I mean, don't let Sam Slade's age fool you. He will, if he says he's going to get you back for something you did dirty to him. Well, he's probably that guy that's going to do it. So looking forward to see how that plays out.
So what the backstory on this is, this happened a few months ago, right?
Yeah.
Back when we were in the Eastern Hills Mall.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a little rift there for a while, and I think they got some unfinished business. But again, what's weird though, Mick, is I came into my office today and I looked around and I'm like, things are moved around. Like, I go out of town and the guys, they just, they think everything's, hey, we're going to take care of stuff for the boss while we're gone. I'm looking around here. I got papers laying on the floor from the printer. I got, things are a mess. So again, but them boys, they they know what they're doing, and I think they're going to tell a good story, and it's going to entertain the fans. And I think that you're going to be even surprised at just how things go. Neither one of them. I mean, Sam Slade is not he's not a professional wrestler, right? He is very much NCW, and that might just be enough to get the job done. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. Question: how did yours and Kodiak's match go with UPW?
Oh, last weekend. How can I forget that, right? UPW March Meltdown. Well, almost 20 years in the professional wrestling business. I finally, alongside my tag team partner Kodiak, who happens to be one of my top students, I can officially say that I now hold a title in the company that I started this business with. So back in the days of NWA Upstate, before the name change, before things modernized and evolved, I was there, man. I put the work in and training, and I had a few matches with them, and then went my own separate ways for a while. But as you've seen over the last year and a half, almost 2 years, I've been right back at that door and putting in the work to. I wouldn't say regain a throne, because the throne is something I never had there, and so this is just solidifying
A lifelong
20 years, almost 20 years for me. Is almost every company that you've seen me on repetitively. Again, most companies I've worked multiple times, and usually for a long tenure. And I intend to stick around with UPW and help them grow any way I possibly can, as they do, as a lot of their crew comes up here and does for us.
I'll admit it. The first time I got to see you wrestle, I think it was with OSPW at the Big Tree Fire Hall.
Yep, it probably was Big Tree Fire Hall. I love that place. You want to know what's sitting in there now? Nothing. It's a bunch of storage, and nobody uses it for anything. It's a shame, because that was a really nice venue. And we had a lot of smiles and a lot of sad people and a lot of happy people in that building, and it's a shame to see it just sit there.
Did we do a show out by Burkholtz at the meeting place?
Yep. We sold out a show. Actually, there was a couple shows going on that night. Empire State Wrestling was going on that night, and we were going on. And again, less than a mile away from each other. They drew really well. We sold out. They were probably close to a sellout because it was Johnsburg. But again, we had Tatanka was on that show, and Jimmy Hart.
Oh, I remember that show. That's when you and Amato were feuding.
I don't remember who I was wrestling at that point.
You were feuding with Amato over general manager or something.
Everybody always trying to take my spot.
Yeah, and then you had Jimmy Hart come in and embarrass him. But
sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I got to call Jimmy. I'm going to be down. Looks like I'm going to be down in Tampa here pretty soon, so I think I'm going to give Jimmy a call when I go down. So what else do you want to see on this? So that was UPW.
Yeah, give me a rundown of what's on the card. I'll be honest. I'm sorry. I didn't do any research on the.
You didn't do your research. You didn't share the flyer.
Shows.
I got you, Mick. Company guy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just busting your chops.
I shared your flyer a few times.
This one right here.
Yeah, I shared that when you sent it to me at the beginning. You said try to get it out there, share it on your pages. I shared it on my pages.
So contrary to visual here, I'm very happy that I don't have to work and wrestle with Soldier again, because we've done that thing a million times. So that just happens to be the advertisement. But it's looking like the Latin Soldier is going to take on Xander Lee Mickey from UPW, and it looks like he's got a friend in Bo Mac Calhoun, which happens to be one of my students. They had some energy that blended together, so they seem to be making a little alliance there.
The country boys,
right? Soldier's got the Rat Russo. I mean, Nick Russo sitting right there waiting, in his corner. So that should be a good match. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I know you got a title match, don't you?
Absolutely, NCW champion. You got to have a title match. Can't have an NCW show without the main champion, right?
It's one of you're facing one of your students, aren't you?
No, Pequeño Anel, straight out of Puerto Rico. Pequeño Anel, he was with us last year, and he's a quality talent, good person, and he asked me for a match, brother to brother. He asked me, "Hey, can I have a shot? Can I have a shot against you for the NCW championship?" And I was like, "I've got no issues with that." He's never. I don't have any bad blood with him, so we're just gonna go out there and we're gonna do what we do best, and that's have fun, wrestle, and entertain some people. And the best man's gonna win at the end of the day.
And then
Um,
we get the comedy show, Chris Caden versus Ace Gervais. And the reason I call it the comedy show is just watching Caden is a laugh a minute.
Character. That's what I'll say about Chris Caden. He is a character and a good one at that. And he knows how to wrap them fans around his finger. And he tells a good story, and he's exactly what his name is. Charisma personified. He's got the charisma to be a top contender or be a top guy. And Ace, he cries his way up to the top. So that's kind of what happens with Ace. And now Ace has the Crimson Knight on his side, right? This guy comes into me. He said, "Hey, I need you to teach me how to wrestle." And I'm like, "Yeah, I got you, no problem." Set him up with the school, everything else like that. First thing he does, sides with Ace. So now I got to deal with not only Ace, but this other thorn in my side. And I feel like has it not always been the same where I always have to have my eyes looking around constantly because I don't know who's going to turn their back on me next.
And we got called gentlemen by Slade, by the way.
Sam Slade. What's up, Sam Slade? Would I be a gentle cat, not a gentleman?
When are you ever
funny dad joke? Funny dad joke. What else do we got on the show? We got whoa. Did you see what happened with Astro Zero and Cyclone?
Yeah, I saw that. Didn't really.
Cyclone was in a school. Giving me a hand for a little bit. Spitting some knowledge, and it looked as though Astro Zero just,
he snapped.
Looked like he gained a little bit of an ego, snapped a little bit, and he went off on the trainer. And I told him, I said, you can't do that. Under any circumstances, you can't go off on your trainer, no matter who it may be. If I put somebody in charge, you gotta maintain respect. And this kid, he's got a little chip on his shoulder, and I'm not gonna predict how that's gonna go, but I will say if Cyclone gets his hands on him or is pissed on him, and that Cyclone punch can get you from anywhere. And I think sometimes that kid's gonna have to have his feelers out and do some research on who Cyclone Jones really is.
I already know
Cyclone Jones been around the block. He's been around for a long time. In fact, the first day he ever walked foot in a wrestling school, it was mine. So I know what that kid's in for, and we've taught Astro Zero and the rest of the NCW students well. It's what they take from it is that's on them. You can only guide them so much, and then you have to say, okay, take what you've learned, use it to be the best, right? And it's up to them how they do that. So let's see if Astro Zero brings what he takes against Cyclone Jones at Road to Redemption.
I think that has something to do with a match they had in the past, though, too.
Yeah, I think I don't think that's the first time that they've had that little issue with each other. And
no, I think it was for what was it? The Silver Linings Championship. I think they had a little falling out over that match.
Yeah, well, I'd have to do my research on it again. Landing on my head a few too many times. So I figured I'd make your video graphic here a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer. Since we were talking
a little bit nicer with the title.
Since we were talking about it, we're gonna put my friend on my shoulder here. What else? Women's match. There's a women's match. NCW, of course. Zafiro, right? Taking on somebody that's new to NCW. It looked like the booking team put together a decent one here, and her name's Nikita. And then we have a returning who's worked for us once before, Vanna Black. And again, them two, Them two in combination with Zafiro, who happens to be, pretty much home here. Zafiro is looking to step it up along with anybody that's willing to come in here and fight for it. Everybody's under notice, man. I kind of made it clear when all this stuff went down, and it's no stranger with what happened with the state. We won't get into it. Everything's good, clear, grand. How you doing, Anna?
Yeah, but you gotta look at it this way too. I was gonna say
it gave us time to think.
Oh, did you know that? Have you been following WoW?
Yes, I did see that our women's champion, Hollywood Haley J,
and her
who is
mom,
the one I was about to. She's the one I was about to refer to here in a minute. Again, this match is a contention match. This women's match at Road to Redemption is a contention match to be the next challenger for our women's champion, Hollywood Haley J, who is now WoW Tag Team Champions with Maria, right?
With her mom,
Yep. And as a matter of fact, this past weekend I see Maria, and Haley's doing good. She's excited to come back, and just as soon as we can, she'll be in here defending her championship.
But the one that gets me is I've been following WoW for, I've been following WoW for a while now. Before they went and had AJ Lee, I followed that season where AJ Lee was on. Now this other one, and the two the most dominant tag team that I've seen there is the Tonga twins.
Yeah,
I did do my research on them though. They are related to the Tonga kid.
Yeah, that's good.
Pinky better watch his back. Sam Slade's talking smack on my show. Yay, that's the first time I've gotten him talk smack.
See, the student doesn't always listen because I tell him, stop using your words and use other things to come out of that. Right? Let him fight. At this point, they're just bickering back and forth. I love Sam Slade and Pinky has been a thorn in my side for a long time. But
yeah, you just call him mittens.
At this point, you just got to go. You just got to get it done and see, settle your differences however you have to.
I call Pinky mittens anyway, so I'm not worried about it.
So what else we got? We got more NCW. I mean, there's NCW. Oh, hey. So not long after this show here, next Sunday on the 24th. At the Third Water Social Club, but April 14th, bam, back at Batavia Downs Casino, right? And gotta love the shows that we've had there, and we're hoping this time it's going to be even bigger. And we haven't had all the announcements yet for that, but that's something that if you want tickets for it, you need to get online and do it. Well, you can, because that show is going to be bang for your buck, so to speak. Maybe you'll even hit a jackpot.
I already gave you what I need, so I've got to check with other people, but I do need I need a front row for that, at least for that show.
Yes, sir.
I've got I'll check with a few other people, see if they want general admissions. My one person I know I'm not sure if he's going to do it because he had shoulder surgery.
Yeah, shoulder surgery is no joke. I got 2 bad shoulders, and I haven't had surgery on it just because.
Well, the thing is
the surgery takes too long to recover from.
The thing is that it was, according to what he told me, it was worse than they expected. They had to literally go in and do something about cutting the bicep or something. But
there's gonna be a tag title match. We're gonna have a tag title match.
Yeah, I saw that.
So being that it's been so long since we've done a live event, we decided that it was the best idea we're gonna put all the titles on the line, right? Every title's gonna be on the line. Well, every title except for the women's championship will be on the line, and then at Batavia there will be a women's championship match.
Who's Kodiak beating the crap out of?
As of right now, I believe the match is booked as Kodiak versus another student, Drake Scott. Drake Scott, he's
Oh yeah,
He's an angry dude.
He won the
He won the
battle.
number one contender match, and you know, uh, again, very young in the business, still a lot to learn. But he does have some aggression and some anger that I think that if he lets it out at the right time, it can put him in a good spot. And so Kodiak's got to study, stay on it, and I mean he's no stranger. We were joking around, running around here, Shadow Cat and Kodiak, 2 belts. So, so obviously the hard work's there, and I mean the rewards are coming from that, and but he can't let it slip, right? So you can't see a little bit of gold and then forget to maintain, right? So you always have to maintain and continuously learn to be better. 20 years later into this business, and I'm still training 3 days a week. I'm in the ring 3 days a week, trying to be better because this world of wrestling has changed, and you either evolve or you got to go, right? So I think there's a lot of potential on this show, and a lot of people that can use this as an opportunity to step up and be seen.
Sorry. What was I gonna say? Besides that, I need to get the beard taken care of. There's a little gray there, so.
I got
I got more gray than you.
Hair dye.
So.
I know. Well, anyways, I know the Facebook's got all the matches listed. If you're not on our Nickel City Wrestling Facebook, check it out. Throw a like on the page, and you'll get some updates from us. Or you can go to the website, nickelcitywrestling.net. Your best bet is to catch us on our socials: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever these other ones are. There's like 16,000 of them. So make sure you follow.
I know Junior covers that.
Our YouTube channel. We have a new match comes out every Thursday. So again, every Thursday at 8:00, we have a new match showcasing some of our students and some wrestlers. It depends on the given moment. But again, we try to make sure that even when we're not doing live shows every day, that the fans are still seeing progress and still seeing work put in. So this way they know what goes into what we'll show them on March 24th.
Speaking of Junior, isn't he getting close to his debut time?
He is. His debut will be soon. His 18th birthday is coming up in a couple months, and once that's the case, I'm sure you're going to see him. You'll see his videos now, and you can see him under close set circumstances and no fans. Totally fine. He is traveling the road with me to some of these shows, so he's getting experience in other avenues of the industry, not just in-ring professional wrestling.
And then he's beating your
which
ass.
is good for him.
Then he's beating up on you at Music and Art.
Yeah, and then you got to make them well versed, and I try to do that for all my students. Of course, my son especially has been around it forever. I don't think that there's a part of this business that he's not educated on. I feel like over this time, he's learned every bit and piece. I mean, maybe it's just smaller bits, but he's learned across the board how this whole thing goes together. And as much as I didn't want him to become a wrestler, it looks like that's the route he's going to go. So I'm going to follow him, and I'm going to encourage him to be the best wrestler in the world, And I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see him perform live in front of a crowd. It may happen sooner than our show just because we are on the road a lot, and some of the states' requirements are different. Hey, listen, last week in Massachusetts, he could have wrestled. You want to know what his problem was?
What?
He's a foot too tall.
Tell him to take off his shoes.
Yeah. But so I'm looking forward to that. I think he's going to do well. What else are we missing?
I'm trying to think.
Oh man, I believe we hit almost all the matches on the card.
So, besides our show and besides the Buffalo show for the midget wrestling, what do you got coming up?
I'm all over the country. It's hard to say. April 4th through the 9th, I'll be in Phoenix, Arizona. I have to be in Tampa. I can run down a schedule here if I pull it up, but you're on my phone right now, so I can't do that. But I know if you look at any of my social medias, my Facebook, the Shadowcat page is separate from my personal Facebook. The Instagram connects to it most of the time, so there's a graphic with all the dates that are booked. I've added some since then, so we've got everything from Michigan to Florida to Phoenix, Arizona. Maybe I mean,
I got a new
there's
place to
new
drop a
shows
poster
coming in
too.
every day. New shows coming in every day, and I have to get over my fear of flying in an airplane. I don't like it.
I've got a couple new places to drop posters too.
Yeah,
I spoke with somebody.
They're sitting right here, and they could almost have your name on it if you ask me to write your name on it.
I'll get the
whatever
ones,
you need.
I'll get the ones for April because I'll take a couple to my group place and stuff. Oh, I wanted to tell you, I got featured for a little over 2 months at the VA hospital.
That's cool.
3 of my photos were up at the VA hospital up on the 3rd floor.
That's very cool.
The guy who does their leisure therapy at my groups put me up all of this month, all of last month, because they celebrated Martin Luther King in January, so I got some extra time.
No, that's very cool. That's very cool to get some exposure. And again, any one of us does something else. There's a lot of what we do and we collaborate together is wrestling, but I think one thing's for sure is that we all support each other's in individual endeavors. I mean, obviously with the mall closing, I don't have a school currently, and that's all right. We're focusing on the live events, and we're focusing on bringing in new talent, and I'm focusing on taking my last run where I want to go and see some of this world and enjoy it a little bit. Every time I'm taking one of these trips, I'm taking an extra day just so I can sightsee. So make sure that I'm not missing anything because I'm not getting any younger, and who knows how much longer I can do this. So this year was, it wasn't a New Year's Eve thing, and I was like, oh, that's it. This 2024, I'm just gonna go crazy. That was not the plan. That wasn't the plan at all. Circumstances worked out, and I just decided that I've spent a whole lot of money and time on kids, talent, wrestling. Putting my money and my time into NCW because I pour my whole heart into it. You know that, and I think it was time that I said, you know what, I'm going to go on the road this time, and I'm going to still work, and I'm going to wrestle, but I'm going to do it for me. I'm going to do it the way I want to do it.
I get these random video calls about deer laying on the side of the road from somebody. I won't mention any names.
That was a joke. I called you because I was driving down the road and I seen it, and I was. Is it bad that when you see that the first person you think of is Mick?
Yeah, because I'm probably the person that. Well, I had to call you that one time to help you have you help me hang one.
Yep.
I got a new system in my garage now, so I'm good. I should be good to go.
But I'll have to get by there. And check it out.
It's I bought a pulley system from Walmart where you hang the deer by its legs and then just pull it up. But there's been a
too graphic for audience for all ages audience, sir.
You know it's my show. I get the audiences that I get are a little never mind.
No, I see you got somebody on. You got somebody on here all the time. I mean, you're progressing with this as well.
I do have to say I had a guy on here a couple weeks ago. Luckily, I caught him. It was a guy I saw down when I used to live in Olean, and he helped me with the show. He did a show, and we came out with almost 2,000 viewers for that show.
Good. No, that's awesome, man. And you got to take out anything you can get as far as exposure. The more people that talk about it, that's why no matter what, Mick, no matter where I am in the world, I'll find a way to make your show once in a while. Because,
but I did want to tell you. I did want to tell you I was at Joe D's Toy Show at the Legion on Ward Road, and I just was walking by one of their bulletin boards, and I saw some of your business cards for your tattoo thing. I was like, how did those get up there? I didn't put them up there.
No, because that's what happens. We're like ninjas, man. We get our stuff up there wherever we can. Um, but yeah, you gotta expose yourself with it, and the more viewers you get, the more audience you got. But I think we working together. I think we've always produced a good podcast product, or however you want to call it.
Yeah, we have.
And
I've actually tracked my numbers for a year.
yeah,
And yeah, I tracked my numbers since actually it was 1 year from I had returned after having my knee surgery. I tracked it from that day until February of this year. And I
yeah,
had over like I think it worked out to be like over 8,000 views altogether.
that's good. Yeah, that's good. I know we just got over. We're on YouTube, of course, like anybody else is, but we got into the monetization part of it where we're gaining new subscribers and new followers and stuff like that ourselves. I think that's a big focus on us this year is to we're trying to hit all avenues and to try to visually get seen more so to the point where we can have a solid TV product where then we have these stations that are calling us and saying, hey, can we do a show on you? And as soon as that happens, yeah, we'll be right there ready for it. And a lot of the so let me just say, a lot of the student showcase matches that we're putting out, again, these kids are learning. They're learning the business. They're not going to be perfect, and that's okay. The point is to get them into the environment, to allow them to show what they know or what they're learning, and also how a TV product is set up. So they're learning this stuff. And yeah, you know what? We all have flaws. I've flipped off a top rope a time or two in 20 years. Things happen, but overall, they're all getting better. They all deserve to be shown, and maybe what we put out there is the only thing that their people see. And so we're going to put it out there because none of us are perfect and we're all continuously growing. And, with how good wrestling is now, I don't think wrestling is so good now, right? Compared to 15 years ago. The storytelling is bar none. The intermingling of promotions is happening. I might be letting in you on a little secret there, but not quite yet.
I already know.
But again, we work side by side with UPW and we share talent and we've even had everything from guys that work ESW have worked our show. Guys that worked the new. I don't know what the other promotion is up there. Ground Zero up there. They got a lot of talent coming out of there, and the wrestling's just good as a whole. It's nice and it's fun to talk about now. Where for 15 years it was like, what does this guy say or this guy doing? No, it's not like that, man. We're having fun. In fact, tonight I'm gonna even give them a little push. Tonight ESW has a show at Frontier Fire Hall. If for whatever reason you're there, go grab a T-shirt for Anthony Nicometti because at the end of the day. Direct or indirect, that's family. That's the wrestling family. And so he was a local kid. He was a good kid. I've never had any bad experiences with him.
Now,
and
if I'm correct, didn't he start out with doing camera work for ESW?
He started out as a fan. He started out as an OSPW, a Shadowcat fan. And he evolved. He got into the business, and he did well. And then he went viral for that big pounce thing with Ace Romero. He does some things. And all of us just kind of wish we knew more. At that point. And unfortunately, the life we live is hard. And you gotta know. And everybody, we got that tag me in thing. Stan Slade and I still talk about it. Like, you got something going on in life, you need somebody to talk to. Like, this is more than just wrestling in a ring. Right. And I don't care if I haven't talked to you in 10 years. If you need somebody to talk to keep you off that edge, you make that call. Right. And, put anything else aside. I got guys over at ESW I talk to all the time. No, they're not on my shows. They don't have to be. Right. That doesn't mean they don't share the same love and passion that we do for wrestling. And, they've got a super successful product over there. And yeah, our production, if I could have it that, I would be forever grateful. But again, there's only so many hands in it, and there's only so many people willing to learn that type of stuff. And so they have a standout product. Point I was making was go there, buy a T-shirt. The T-shirt money goes to Anthony Gaines' family, and tell him NCW sent you, because that kid had a good heart, and anybody I've talked to that knew who he was, I didn't never see him not. I didn't ever see him not smile, But again, you don't know, so that's it. The best we can do is work together. That's what he would, that kid or anybody else that's been in this industry.
Well, I know you've
all they
heard.
want.
I know you've heard me several times on my shows say, support your local wrestling, support your local, like cosplay groups and stuff like that. But
because you don't know. I mean, you can go from, you can go all over the world, right? And you can have different visions. You can work for different promotions. There's tons of promotions in this country. Like, I don't think you understand. Independent wrestling is so good right now, and there's so much opportunity for these kids to showcase what they can do or what they've learned. And as long as they understand that you'll never have one trainer in pro wrestling, you need to learn from everybody you encounter in the industry, right? And as long as you don't forget, as long as you don't forget, hey, look, yeah, I took my first bumps there, right? Or he gave me my first matches or whatever. As long as you don't forget that, you stay humble. Learn from whoever you want. Go out there. There's Grapplers Anonymous in South Buffalo. They're incredible, right? You got Buffalo Wrestling Academy, just got a new facility, right? Go there, check it out, right? If I had a building, I would be trying to promote my own, but I don't. So now, I still want people to learn, right? Just because we had a bad circumstance and the mall decided that they were gonna close doors on tons of businesses and try to, well, not try intentionally to put people out of work, but it's what happened. Not us. We kept working, just like when we had a flood in the old compound and we had to get a new building for that, and this thing with the mall. We'll get past this too, and maybe eventually, I just build a big giant building. But for now, I'm happy with being on the road and doing some live shows here for Nickel City, to give our fans what they like, and that's that. So if you need any information on training, anybody can message me. I don't care. Message me at any time. I'll tell you where to go. If I can't give you an answer, I'll push you to a person that can give you the best answer. That's the one perk of this industry, is that the connections that you make are lifelong. We're always looking for new talent. We're always looking for new talent, because as much as I like this, now that I'm old and I got bad shoulders, it gets heavy. So I need somebody to take it from me. I need somebody to fight me for it and earn it.
You know what I foresee happening?
You're going to get in a wrestling ring and have a match?
I wish. No, what I foresee happening is, and this is gonna sound funny, but I foresee Junior taking your title someday.
But how?
By kicking your butt all around the ring, honestly.
Right. But he's my kid, right?
Yeah.
And I love my kid, but he's starting at the bottom just like everybody else.
I know that, but what I said in the future. I didn't say next week.
You better hope I don't retire before then. You better hope I don't retire before then. But anyways, I think you're more likely to see him and I tearing it up, because we worked together our whole lives. So I think you're gonna, at some point, you'll see Junior and I tearing it up against somebody else. I hope he never bites the hand that feeds him and tries to come back at me. But hey, anything's possible, right?
Yep.
You don't know, because people get starstruck and they look at these shiny things on his belt and they're like, oh, maybe I can go this way or that way. As long as he remembers to stay on the right path to get to there, maybe someday. Maybe Sunday. Who would have thought? I wouldn't have thought I'd have been where I'm at now. I'm absolutely grateful and humbled that after my car accident 10 years ago and they said I'd never wrestle again, I'm 10 more years, right? Like, and I think I'm wrestling more now than I've ever, and part of that is good because it keeps me in shape, keeps me alert. I'm not forgetting stuff yet. Um, just the stuff that I don't need to remember. That's the stuff I forget.
I've been putting some time in at a gym at the group place that I go to.
Well, that's cool.
Just
There's always a gym in my basement. I got a full gym down here, and I have this cool sauna now. I have a sauna in my house.
yeah, I
It's
know I
great.
saw the pictures, but no, I I needed something to do between groups, and I talked to them, and they had a gym, so I'm spending some time on the treadmill and getting the knee back to where I want it.
Best thing you can do. But you know what? The most important thing is all that working out, a little bit of working out, fitness is great. If you don't eat right, doesn't matter. So you got to keep in mind what you're eating. Again, we're getting older. I'm almost 40, and
Almost 40.
and I'm 38. That's close enough to 40, right? I guess I won't discredit it, but 40 comes, 38 comes with a lot of knowledge, I guess, in pro wrestling if you put it in the work. But you got to eat healthy, man. Above all else, you got to eat healthy. The things you put into your body. And again, you learn this as you get older. When you're young, you're partying, having some drinks, doing some stuff, eating crappy, being on the road, eating garbage food. Now, at 38, what's good about being 38 is like, I know I have to eat healthy now. My body will tell me if I'm not eating right. Or, I sure I'll have a drink once in a great while, but it's not them days of going out and spending hours and stuff like that. That was no good. It was no good for the body, and it was no good for the soul. So, what else? What else do you want to ask me? You got an open book here for the next couple
I'm
minutes.
trying
with
to
me.
think. Actually, my brain doesn't want to work
Hey,
at this
that's all right.
this shift. I've been.
So let's see. We'll reiterate because we got a few minutes if that's the case. We will reiterate. New FCWA tag team champions, Shadowcat and Kodiak. We're taking over. Dangerous Game. That's our tag team name. I'd say look it up, but he hasn't created an Instagram yet, even though I've asked him to. So eventually there'll be a Dangerous Game social media page that you guys can follow. This Thursday coming up, March 21st, 500 Pearl, the Midget Wrestling Warriors. This is War Tour. Look it up, midgetwarriors.com. Get your tickets. There's only a few left, and we're gonna sell out. First time in Buffalo. First time for them in Buffalo, and we're gonna sell it out. And that hometown boy, you're stuck with me. And then Saturday in the Onondaga Nation Arena in
Syracuse.
You're gonna see another live show there, and then Sunday, 3 p.m. start time for us. 3 p.m. start time. Doors will open probably about 2:15. We're gonna have a little bit different scenario here. We're gonna offer a post show meet and greet. So during the wrestling action, there's gonna be no interruptions. There's not gonna be a 20-minute, 30-minute intermission. We're going to stick around after. It's an early show, so we're going to hang out. Maybe you can have a drink with a wrestler, or you can get your autographs and pictures, buy your merchandise. I know everybody's got new merchandise. Everybody's got new T-shirts. I just got new dog tags in today. Shadowcat dog tags are pretty cool. But again, buy their merch because that supports them on the road, right? That covers some gas money. That covers some tolls. Don't do what you can to help out and support indie wrestling. Sometimes that's what they have as far as an option to keep funding this dream because it's expensive. It's expensive, and going on the road is not cheap.
Just
The
hotel
miles, man.
rooms alone.
Hotel rooms, miles, gas, all this stuff, man. And then you're going there and you're wrestling and performing for people. So if you get a chance to buy a local guy's T-shirt. Or local girls T-shirt, we'll give them the same credibility there for sure. Buy it because it helps them out. It helps them continue to do what they do. So we'll probably have a post-show meet and greet, photo op opportunity with the entire roster. I think we're going to find a way to keep the bad guys on one side and the good guys on the other side, so nobody's fighting. But then we'll shove some fans in the middle and take some pictures. And I think it'll be a good time. So we'll probably do like an hour-long post show as just kind of a thank you for coming back and sticking with us through these last several months that we haven't had shows. But again, this is our road to redemption. We have one more shot at this. And the reason that I say one more is just because who knows what tomorrow's going to bring. But this is it. It's all or nothing. And we have to stand out from the rest now. So we're going to claw, we're going to fight, and we're going to pull ourselves right back to the top where we belong. I
was trying to see how many more show dates I have this week or this month. My brain is like trying to play catch up. You know, that 7 o'clock in the morning crap is starting to get a little rough on the old 51-year-old body.
Oh. Hey, listen, I do it every day. I know. So one more time, I'm going to throw it out there. Third Water Social Club, Sunday, March 24th. Third Water Social Club, NCW, Road to Redemption. It's going to be action-packed. There's going to be a lot of good matches, and there's going to be a lot of good talent on the show. Come check it out. Hang out with us. Come support what we do. We've put a lot of work into it, and it's there for everybody.
Sounds fun. I'll be there. I don't have a choice but to be there.
No, you don't. I'll come to your house, and I'll pull you by your ear. Give you cauliflower ear, not from a wrestling match, but from twisting your ear and bring you to the venue. But sounds good, Mick. Well, I very much appreciate you bringing me on. You know, you've been doing this for a while now, and you always extend the offer to me. And I got to say that, Mick, you're religious about saying, hey, when you get on the show, which is what I need to hear, because sometimes that gets me recirculated and gets me back on track. So I appreciate that.
If you think about it, my first show was going to be you. When I first started out on just doing a radio show, not doing video. It was going to be you, but we had that snowstorm. Yep, snowstorm.
Listen, snowstorm stopped me from wrestling the tag team champions at UPW the last show. Guess what didn't stop us this time?
Snow.
The snowstorm. But I caught it on the way home. Luckily, we had a little bit of more weight over the tires because of the tag titles, so it kept us grounded the whole way back to Buffalo.
But I will catch up with you in the near future because it's getting down to that. The timer's ticking away.
Yeah, getting down to the wire, man. Take care of business, and we'll catch up soon. I appreciate you having me on.
Yep, thank you.
All right, see ya.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just so you guys know, I'm done for the night. So I will make a date for my other guest to be on, hopefully next week if she's not busy. But I wanted to say thank you. Be safe, be strong, and see ya.